twice. Hola chancludos y chancludas. Hijas de la Chancla is back with our second podcast. Just a quick reintroduction. I'm Genesis.
I'm Cassie.
Yo soy Ofelia.
And today our topic is going to be imposter syndrome, some first-gen topics, college, our personal college experience. Did I miss anything else?
No, I think that should be all. And then whatever comes in between.
Yes.
Porque nos gusta chismear.
Okay, so for starters, me and Ofelia went to the same college. We went to Eastern Washington University out in Cheney, Washington.
¡Go Eagles!
Don't get me
Se te salió el hombre lesbiano que cargas adentro.
I never had that much school spirit.
El viejo
That was
lesbiano.
crazy.
He
I
wanted
scared myself.
I was like, oh.
poor, what is it?
Headphone users.
Yeah, headphone users, pobrecitos. Hasta this wasn't rehearsed,
I got a
guys.
little startled, sorry.
Para que vean
Sorry,
que none
guys,
of
I
this is
just-
rehearsed. It's
Nothing.
straight from
This
the dome.
Straight.
So yeah, we
So
went
we went to
Eastern.
Eastern. She went to Gonzaga, kind of in the
Yes.
same area in
Yes.
the Spokane, I guess you
Yeah,
could call
Spokane area. So like
20 minutes away from
Yeah.
us.
If you're driving like
With
Genesis,
traffic?
20 minutes.
With traffic, like an hour. But
Yes, but we were away from each other. But I'll let them speak on how Eastern is, and then I'll talk about how Gonzaga, because they're kind of the opposites.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah.
so for Eastern Washington University, it is one of the most diverse schools in Washington State. But I feel like even though our school was really big, well, I mean, it was really big, and it made it difficult kind of like to
That
make
and
friends.
because we did go when COVID was still around, it was not diverse at that time.
No.
Like
I was like the only person of color
sitting in
You
the
can say
class.
Hispanic.
in my class. I was the only like Latina in my class in many of my courses. I don't know if it's because of the major I chose, or what really was the reason, but that's kind of how I felt. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I didn't make any friends in college. Like on college campus, I didn't make a single friend. All of my friends from college are friends that I made at work that happen to go to my same school.
Yes.
Would you like to talk a little bit more about Eastern?
I think it was a pretty decent sized school. It wasn't too small, but it wasn't too big, so there was definitely a lot of people. A lot of different ways to network. Did we
Yeah.
do all that? No.
Yes. Gonzaga is different. So it's a private Roman Catholic school. So a lot of the people that went there were not Hispanic, and to make it sound, I guess, nice. I guess Hispanic was 7% of the school, and it's a very, very small school. And I say small because my high school class was around 25 students, and my Gonzaga classrooms were also 25 students. Like their classrooms wasn't no auditorium. It was no huge class. I also went during COVID, and because of how tiny we were, we didn't have to do a lot of Zoom or hybrid. So that was one of the things. And because it's a private Catholic school, there's a lot of conservative values. But at the same time, it was one of the reasons I chose it, because it is a liberal arts school. So it's kind of like a 50-50. So it does take you out of your, I guess, comfort zone. But yeah, that was the main thing. Gonzaga is a little different in that way. They're D1. We don't have a football team because we're pretty small. We have a basketball team.
Y'all's
yeah.
basketball team is pretty good.
Yeah.
We have a really good football team too.
Yes,
You guys made
yes.
a March Madness?
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
guys did.
For
I
like
see
the
you guys in
26th
Obama's
year.
bracket. I see Gonzaga. Go
Papa.
Zags.
Jimmy Fallon too.
Represent the W.
Go
Zags.
Go Zags! Viejo lesbiano que se me salga. No, yes. But yeah, that's kind of like an idea of how our colleges are, their values. And we'll go probably more in depth once we bring up the stories. But just we want you guys to get a feel of how different they were. They were literally like 30 minutes apart, and they were pretty, I mean, not just because they're private and public, but it was just different in like, I got to learn so much about a private school because I was public my whole life. But yeah, well, I'll let them start, unless you guys.
I guess we can start with
I'll
our
let
like
you.
application stuff. Okay. So senior year of high school is when you start submitting all of your college applications. Honestly, I found it really difficult to figure out where I wanted to go for college. I ended up choosing Eastern for a few reasons. One, it was affordable, or so I thought. And two, it was close enough to home where I could like grow as a person, but also like distance myself from my family, but also be like around the corner. I could be there every weekend if I wanted to.
She did.
And I did, and I was, and did. It wasn't every weekend.
I want to add to.
Yeah. Go for it.
I remember she texted me, Genesis texted me, she's like, hey, what college are you going to? I was like, I'm thinking Eastern. She's like, okay, I'll go too.
It's because it was at the top of my list. It wasn't at first. Honestly, my first pick was UW. I didn't get into UW. I applied to other schools and I got into some. I didn't get into all of the schools that I wanted. But when I evaluated my options, I just realized that that was just the best fit.
You got
for
into
me.
Oregon, didn't you?
I did get into Oregon, St. Martin's. ¿Cómo se llama? WSU, Central. But I wanted UW.
If I'm being completely honest, I don't think I applied to that much colleges just because I don't know. Like, I don't even remember applying to Eastern. I think I just blocked so much that part of my life, but I don't remember applying. If I'm being completely honest.
Okay, guys, this is gonna be a little confession time. You know, Felia, like when we were going through the application process, I was in such, I wouldn't say like a dark time, but I was kind of going through it. And I would ask Kofe, like, did you do this? And she would say, yeah, I did it. She was lying to me for me to get it done. And then I would do it because I thought that she had already did it. So I was like, oh my God, I guess I'll submit my applications. But you know what? It worked though. It worked out.
My fault.
Yeah, I guess then we got in. We decided to go
Eastern.
In. Yeah,
We ended up dorming together. We did everything very last minute.
we did.
But we ended up dorming together. We got into the camp program together, which I think really helped us our freshman year because our freshman year was, oh my God, guys.
It was so rough. And I would say too, if you're applying to colleges, take your time and like, how do you say it? It's not explore, but like
Really evaluate your
Yes.
options.
evaluate
Look
the
into
school.
all of the programs.
Take those
they have.
tours. Take those random tours that your
Yes.
school like does for free. I
Mhm.
regret not doing. And like honestly, we also got to give ourselves some credit. Like it was during COVID,
Yeah.
so there
so it was
wasn't-
really hard. Like we were the first class that SAT scores weren't required or
Yeah.
needed or
Mhm.
like determine if you got into a school or not. Yeah.
Yeah. I think going to college during COVID season and applying during COVID made everything difficult. I would consider myself a people person, and I knew that my applications were going to be best if I was able to get an interview with the dean of admissions or somebody from the team of admissions, which is something they offered before COVID. I don't know if they still offer that. All of mine had to be via Zoom or a phone call.
Yeah.
So I think that really hindered.
I do want to
our
give a shout out
process.
to the camp program because they really, really helped us.
Mhm.
So if you're like investigating if your school offers camp, because
If you're a
always
first
suggest this,
generation student, please apply to the camp program.
it helps you so much. Like if it wasn't for the admin in camp, I don't think I would have made it through college because they're
Me
so
neither.
awesome. They help you with everything. That honestly is what helped me get through college.
Same. It's so nice having somebody in your corner that's genuinely advocating for you. Like, and I know that it probably depends on school to school and the admin that's at every school, but at least the admin that was at the camp program at Eastern, they helped me with anything. I could really come to them for anything. And I'm not one to ask for help, but I got to a point where I had to, and they were always there for me.
Wait,
So.
that's the girl who I met?
Yes,
Yeah, it is.
I was gonna be like, I third
Rocio
that.
and Brooke.
I literally third that. I didn't even go to Eastern, and one time I went to one event, guys, and that's all it took for me to like te encariñas in a way with them because I mean they probably went through the same things, you know, years before, and like they're
Yeah.
creating these programs for people like us that. How I said in the last episode that don't have people that pave the way for you. So like how I said, yo ni siquiera fui a Eastern, and the first time I met her, like, you know, vacilamos and we got along, and it was just, you kind of forget about all the struggles you kind of go
Yeah.
through because it just takes you away from that. And we were celebrating what, like just
I think Cinco de Mayo, no, or something.
Something
It was,
like
it was a
that, yeah.
cultural event.
It was-
But shout
yeah.
out Rocio and Brooke.
yes, 100%. Saludos, ojalá que estén bien.
Now, Genesis, do you want to tell us about your personal college experience?
Oh wait.
Oh wait, Cassandra hasn't said.
No, yes, I was gonna say. Let me talk about my application experience, so we don't go all the way back.
Yeah.
So my application experience was very south, I guess. I was doing wrestling, and I thought that wrestling was my life, and I was gonna go, wrestle for the Olympics, I guess. So my patella went loose, and I couldn't do that. So I kind of went downhill after that. And just a lot of personal things happened, and I didn't want to go to college. A lot of things were holding me back home, so I was like, you know what, I don't really want to go. I toured Gonzaga once, and I love the campus. I love just the values that it was, like, religious wise, and for other reasons that I'll talk about in another podcast. So I ultimately, Gonzaga was my number one choice, but I applied to UW, Central, Eastern, St. Mary's, CBC, which is just a local college, and I got into all of them except for UW. And Papa, so don't you worry. I was about to be like same, but I didn't want to give spoilers. I was kidding. So, UW was my number one choice, and in quotation marks, but it wasn't. It was always Gonzaga, but Gonzaga is super expensive, so that's why UW became my number one choice. But it's just I didn't get accepted, and I wasn't getting as much like help through him. So then Gonzaga, I accepted it, but I didn't accept Gonzaga's offer because of how expensive it was, and I wasn't getting a lot of help, like financial help. I was gonna end up paying like $200,000 if I went to Gonzaga without having any help. And by the grace of God, the day of acceptance that you have to like accept and declare if you're gonna go to college day, I got an email saying your tuition is paid for the 4 years, and you got some other scholarships. So I ended up accepting Gonzaga. I was like, yes, 100%, and that's how it was. But I literally, because of that, I ended up in a dorm that had like 20 students, pre-health dorm that I knew no one from my school went to Gonzaga, so I didn't have that I guess privilege to like know my roommate. But at the same time, it was good because it took me out of my comfort zone. But yeah, that was kind of my experience applying. I actually, fun fact, the time I reconnected with Ophelia was during a class in high school.
I remember when you were applying.
Yes, I was literally like, I was between Eastern and Gonzaga because of the price, and I had Miss Gutierrez, and I told her, I was like, do you recommend Gonzaga? Because she went to Gonzaga. She's like, yes, 100%. And if it wasn't for her and Miss Nunez, Senora Nunez, shout out her, I probably wouldn't have known, again, those resources, because you just don't, I guess like how you said, as first gens, you don't want to speak up pretty much because you're just like kind of embarrassed to ask those questions. So if it wasn't for them, and I remember the cookie that she gave me.
I was gonna say, I remember the cookie she gave you.
She gave me a cookie after I told her I accepted it, and she was so excited for me. And she was like, I remember the words that she told me, which we'll get more into it in the next topic. But she was like, I just want to tell you, and she gave me like a really like, I'm telling you. Yes. And she was like, and she gave me a hard hug, and she was like, I'm going to tell you one thing, that this school is going to test you culturally, but never forget what kind of Mexican you are. And how I said, it's going to get there. But yeah, if it wasn't for them, Ms. Gutierrez and Senora Nunez, like I wouldn't have not survived 100%. But yeah, it's a little different from their, I guess, application experience.
I can attest how expensive Gonzaga is. When I was applying, I also applied to Gonzaga. I got waitlisted, and they said that they were going to offer me admission in the winter semester, whatever that means, or winter quarter.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because we're semesters and you guys are what? Quarters.
Yeah, semester or something like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna wait like a semester. And guess what? The financial aid was like pretty much non-existent. I did the math and I was like, absolutely not.
That's the one thing.
Good for you that you got like, obviously that's an offer that you just have to take.
No, and
There's
that's
no way
it's kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
That was, you have to.
You can't.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna say no. And there's so many people. This is why I always say, like, don't really listen to other people. Listen to yourself and your prayers. Because there was so many people that told me, how are you gonna go to Gonzaga? How are you gonna go to Gonzaga? It's so expensive. And I do remember a teacher one told me, and I took this to heart, and I took it to like, okay, do you want to challenge me? I'm not gonna say who it was, but because he's still alive.
All right, you gotta tell me after.
And I will. And he was like, Gonzaga is not a school for students like you. And I like, as soon as he told me that, and I had so much respect for that teacher, like I still do. But after he told me that, I was like students like me, he's like, it's not a school for Mexicans.
Mind you, I don't know who it is, but he teaches in a school that is
like 95%, right?
Yes.
Hispanic.
Yes. And I was just like, okay, like, and how I said, there were so many people telling me like, how are you gonna go to Gonzaga, go to like somewhere else where it's cheaper, and like, I understand that, like, Eastern was always a second option, but I was like, I really love Gonzaga just for different things. Every school offers different programs, and some people told me, like, don't go, don't go, don't go. And I was about to accept Central, and then I just, prayed, and I literally just, like, prayed, and I don't know what happened, but literally the day that I had to accept either whatever school I was going to, I got an email saying, like, your tuition's paid for the 4 years. And I was like, damn. Like, that's crazy.
Amen.
Yes, 100%. If it wasn't, how I said, I'm really appreciative of that. But that's also one of the biggest difference between a public and a private is that a private won't give you a lot of financial aid. They give you more scholarships because a lot of people donate money.
Yeah.
But for a public, it's not the same. People can't just go, like, businesses can't go. Like, one of my scholarships, I can put it out there, it was from Costco. Like, Costco pretty much paid my whole thing. And have I ever spoken to them? No. Did I have to write a bunch of letters saying thank you? Yes. But that was literally it. Like,
Shout
that
out
was
Costco.
Yeah, shout out Costco. Thanks for the
They're
membership.
the best in the game. We all know that.
No, like, honestly, I was like, thankful I got Costco. Not gonna lie.
Preach. Shout out Costco.
Shout
for
out
real.
Costco for real. Yes, but yeah. That was the kind of like the story. Yeah.
Okay. Should we now talk about our personal experiences?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to start or you want me to start?
No, I want you to start.
Okay.
Nah, because then she'll be like, you took the words out of my mouth.
All right.
All right. Shut your face.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
too funny.
when I started at Eastern, I think we started in September. When I was in high school, it was COVID, so I was doing Running Star. I already had 2 years and an AA under my belt by the time that I started Eastern, which I would say is an accomplishment. And I thought that this
Bien fajada.
bien fajada ya tenía
La
mis 2
tenía
años de
bien
universidad.
fajada.
I did, but I thought that this would like shorten my time at Eastern, and in a way I thought I would be like thanking myself later because I'm saving money. That's how I thought of it. I thought, okay, 2 years and then I'll be done in 2 years. Y yeah, that was not the case. I ended up having to do 3. But when I started, I was working night shifts at Amazon because that's the job that I could find. Before I even stepped foot on campus, I already had that job secured. Thinking that it wasn't going to be like difficult, that was incorrect. My shifts were 6 p.m. to 5 a.m. and then I had my first class at 9. My whole freshman year, I had AM classes. Half of them I unfortunately missed because I would sleep in. Obviously,
What?
because I would
She's
come
here to
back.
testify she did.
She is. And obviously,
Can I add something really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
She would set an alarm. That alarm would go off forever. She would not wake up to turn it off. I would have to get out of my bed and I'm like, I'm gonna turn this girl's alarm off.
And she wouldn't wake me up to go to school.
It's
Your fault. No,
No, that's so bad.
No, I'm just saying, like, no estás diciendo que es su culpa.
No, it was
Por su
just
culpa,
funny.
mamá. Por su culpa no despertó.
But besides my freshman year, yeah, so I worked at Amazon. I quit after a few months to get that Amazon bonus. I did get the bonus. It helped me pay for college. It helped me pay my tuition because at Eastern, if you have a balance over $1,000, you cannot register for the next quarter, right?
Yes.
So many times I had to talk to camp, and camp would help me out or help us out to get that balance lowered or to somehow, some way wave us through so that we were able to register for the next quarter. So that made it really difficult. I think it really took like a toll on my mental health because it was like work. It was like a vicious cycle. It's like I have to go to work to be able to pay to go to the next, to register for the next quarter. But then I'm not getting sleep and I'm not going to class and I'm not getting good grades. So it was just like the same cycle over and over until I was finally able to quit that job. But yeah, that was most of my freshman year. I missed a lot of events for networking. I missed like, I guess like parties. I never went to parties.
We never partied, guys.
Never went to a frat party or nothing. Never ever. Any partying or so that I would do, it was here. We did party here, I would say.
Oh, we would party us three.
Or us 3, yeah. Because we started hanging out too. Obviously, like, it was just me and her. I'm sure maybe other people from Pasco and Chihuahua went to Eastern, but not that I knew of.
Yeah,
Or nobody that I knew personally, yeah. So we would hang out with Cassie too in the dorm. That was fun.
Yep.
What fed me freshman year and made me fat? Bagels. We turned our walk-in
pantry.
closet into a pantry.
Oh my
a
god,
walk-in
yeah, they showed
closet.
off that pantry to me because I didn't have one. They're like, look at our pantry. I was like, do you not have a closet? Well,
It was
was
the
like
closet.
we split the closet, and then like there was a top shelf that we made our pantry, and it was. If I find a video, I'll send it.
it was
So,
hachirros, maruchan.
anything
the
and
typical,
everything.
yeah, the typical like college student.
Mm.
Yeah,
As far as the classes I took, since I got into Eastern so late, I think that I wasn't able to register for the classes that I wanted. So I was kind of like pressured by my advisor to pick a minor. And the ones that he offered me were not the ones that I wanted. He gave me some business stuff. I didn't want anything to do with business. I had a very clear goal that I wanted to be a political science major. I knew what I wanted. Nothing related to it because all the classes were taken up. So I had to take psychology, which I loved and I learned a lot, but I just wasn't good at it. So it was quite unfortunate for me. Do you want to do yours?
Are you done?
Yes.
You don't want to add like
well,
your...
just like this is like probably the first part, right?
Yeah,
Like,
this is just like freshman year, yeah.
Freshman year.
Okay. Agárrense.
Yeah.
My freshman year. Oh my gosh, where do I start? Okay. For starters, when we moved into our dorm, my dad passed away 2 weeks. 2 weeks before I moved into my dorm. So I feel like it's hard enough to move away from your family as it is, and then on top of that, like I lost a parent, so it just made it 10 times harder. It was so I was so depressed, and bro, I don't want to cry, but
It's okay. It's okay.
it made everything really, really hard. Like to just register for classes, even just to show up to class, it was really, really hard because I was away from my family, but I also I wanted a higher education for me. I didn't want to. I could have stayed home and been sad, but I chose to get an education and be studying. It was really, really hard. My freshman year was so rough, and if I could go back and give myself a hug, I would, because it was hard. It was so hard, and camp really helped me get through it. And Genesis, obviously, because she was there for me.
I would try my
She
best,
was
but
my
most
roomie.
times I was at work.
Yeah, and but the classes, I would say, I think I majored in political science. I got the classes I wanted to, but because there wasn't so much people on campus, we were kind of like, you were sitting in class, and I'm like, I look around and I'm like the only Hispanic person there, and it's kind of like even the professor's not I don't want to say Hispanic, but like they were white. Most of the professors are white, and the people around you too. And it's kind of like, do I belong here? I don't know if it's the major we chose, but I feel like there's not a lot of Hispanics in political science, because I didn't minor in anything. But yeah, that was my freshman year. Freshman year was really, really rough.
Yeah.
But shout out these girls. They would hang out with me.
I was gonna say. I think at the end of my story, I was just gonna add, like, at the end of the day, I think freshman year was super hard.
Yeah.
But what made me really be able to go through it was definitely these two. Like I'm sorry, I don't know if you're done.
No.
But my freshman year was tough. Just because as you guys know, English is not my first language, and so going to Gonzaga, where I wasn't able to, if I had a question, I wasn't, gonna be comfortable just to ask in Spanish. Like, no one's gonna understand me. Was really, really hard. I remember my first class that I had my freshman year was an English class, and I had never struggled in the English class because I was in ESL. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but I never struggled because I low key got an easy. I always got the easy way out. And that's my fault. I never challenged myself. But not only that, how Ophelia said, like, just being in the classroom and just looking around and being like, damn, like, there's not another Hispanic person next to me. Or there's, like, not someone I can ask questions that I feel comfortable asking questions to. And yeah, just like the culture shock. I mean, I had to live with the roommate I never met. We would text once in a while on Instagram. Leaving my family was pretty rough, and like also I got COVID the second week of school.
No.
So I got
That is so
quarantined
rough.
in a hotel for like I think it was at that time quarantine was 10 days. And so Gonzaga does this program where they send you, well, it's not a program, but it was like where they would send you to a hotel because they own a hotel as well, and you were there by yourself. And the 10 days I wasn't able to go out. I wasn't able to, like, the first day I got there, he was like, all right, like, you're gonna get a survey, or not survey, like a questionnaire, and you're gonna answer what breakfast, lunch, and dinner you want for the 10 days now. And he's like, and you better send it like this afternoon so we can start prepping your meals. So then that first day I was already going through it because I was away from home. I was barely getting used to my new friends and stuff. And I had to pick all my 3 meals, or all my 10 meals, or sorry, 30 meals. And I was like, what the heck? And when I get fevers, I get really bad nightmares. And I remember there was one time I get really bad lucid dreams too. So I would just like, I know, I'm sorry. I would just like dream of like me like running or walking like outside the door, and obviously
Now
that
you
didn't
tweaking
happen.
out in the hotel.
Yes, dude, and I was by myself. I couldn't. She was like, yeah, like we'll email you in the morning, and like you'll be able to like come out with everyone. Just like make sure you wear a mask. Never happened. So I didn't get to like go outside. Like one time I got really really like I was going low key crazy because my professors didn't give me homework because they were like, no, like get better, focus on that, and then we'll focus on the homework. And one time I stayed up, I could not go to sleep. I was up till 5 a.m. and I woke up again at 7 a.m. because at 7 a.m. they would knock on my door to bring all my meals. So that was the highlight of my day. And then I would just stay up right after because I didn't have anything else to do. And to make it worse, it was that time of the month
Oh.
and I didn't bring you know what. And yes, I know. And I was like, what the fuck?
She's all free bleeding.
In the tub. I was
She's
like, what do I do? What do I do? They weren't answering my emails. So then I asked my roommate, that shout out Veronica, we got really, really close. She threw pads over the window of the hotel, and like it was, yeah. If I have that video, I'll attach it to this podcast. But yeah, that was one of the things that made it so hard. And two, I went in as a biochem major, but I changed literally the first day because I thought that's what
She
my
walked in, she's like, psych.
literally I walked in, I was like, this is not for me. I only
At
did
least you knew, girl.
exactly. I was like, no. The reason I chose biochem was because I thought that's what my parents wanted me to do, and obviously that's not what I'm here for. So I was like, no. I had that conversation with my parents, like, this is not happening. I'm gonna change my major. So I changed to accounting and marketing. And then yeah, I guess that was freshman year. I was just kind of exploring, getting to know myself, and learning who I really was. And again, how I said that's a different podcast, but who I really was as a person, and really putting my full trust with God. I think that I chose Gonzaga for the wrong reason, and just because I thought being Catholic was gonna make me normal. If you get it, you get it. And so that was the main reason I chose Gonzaga. But obviously, like God has creates you how you are, and you can't change that. So that's what my freshman year let me explore, and it grew our relationship, and I'm
It
really
so happy about that.
I think our freshman year was really just to get to know like our school, ourselves away from family,
Yes.
and our surroundings.
Yes.
And
we were-
doing that is like, I don't
It's
know
hard.
about you guys. I'm assuming you guys had the same experience, but like growing up, like with our families, like we're very like unidos, and like
Mhm.
we did everything together, like everything. Like I grew up with a mom that was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm very fortunate for that. But you know, she was always there for me after school, cook for me, like for our family, because that's just what she loves to do, and she's like such a like caregiver. And when I went away to college, like my first year, I remember every single drive to Eastern, I would cry. Every
Same.
Guys,
single.
we would go home every weekend. We were
Yeah.
only 2 hours, but like
And I can't judge him.
Me
I
and
did that too
Ophelia were
my
like,
freshman year. I did that too my freshman
Yeah.
year.
it was. I did
Rough.
that all my whole time there. But
Yeah.
I didn't. I eventually like.
Stop. Yeah, me
Stopped.
too. I eventually stopped.
But
But
my freshman
my
year-
freshman year, I needed it. I needed
I
it so
didn't.
bad.
And
No, I needed it so bad.
You
It
know what
was-
would make it worse is when I would like leave and my mom would like make me food and like
Oh
pack it
my
for me.
God, yes.
My Shayla.
Yeah. Or when I got sick with COVID, I was like, damn, like you're always so used to having your parent,
And now you don't.
and now I didn't have anyone to lean on. Like I was by myself. I know how to take care of myself, obviously, like you know yourself, but
Te hace
you-
falta quien te haga un tecito.
exactly, and
Mhm.
like it's just things like that. And I think that's what made it really hard getting
Yeah.
like COVID at the beginning. But no, I was like, it low-key felt like camp at the beginning. I was like, and then after you're like, wait, this is gonna be the whole 4 years.
COVID lucky made everything so rough. For me, like it traumatized me. Every time I would get
Yes.
sick, like
I think it's a
I
COVID.
was scared, like
Mhm.
scared for my life. Like,
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess background. My dad passed from COVID, so it
Yeah.
made it really hard. And I had COVID too before I started college, like a month.
Yeah.
So it changed. Remember, my hair started falling out.
Oh my goodness. Well,
My hair-
first off, the first time I saw Philip brush her hair, I was traumatized. Because she was like, brushing her hair
No.
so hard that the brush was like nearly flying out of her hands. And then she's like, my hair's falling out.
No. My hair was already
Why?
falling out. It was already falling out. My hair is so thin now.
She takes care of her hair now.
But it was like it
gives you a love
affected my
now.
health so much.
It
Like I was sitting down and I couldn't breathe. Not because I'm a torta.
Comments were like, no,
But, like-
same. I had never had that feeling until I got COVID, and I remember showering. I was like, bro, this COVID's weak, and I remember showering. Y agarré el
I'm like-
shampoo, and I was like,
You're like,
wait, no huele a nada. Espérame. Mamá, escucho oscuro.
yeah, I'm so serious. When I had COVID, I was taking a shower and I had so much shortness of breath. I had to literally sit down because I couldn't freaking breathe.
Bro, me today. Yes.
Even just thinking about it, I'm like,
I didn't get COVID until my junior year, so I think 2 years after. Or maybe I did it, but I
Little
didn't
late
get
bloomer over here.
symptoms. All late. And I also get really bad fevers and lucid dreams. And I
Yeah.
remember I was at our apartment. So this was a little bit fast forward, but at our apartment. And I just woke up with the most awful fever. And I thought I was having a panic attack because I hadn't had a fever in so long. I was just shaking and I felt like sick and the shortness of breath, but I had no other symptoms. The next morning I went to urgent care because I was like, there's something wrong with me. Like, there's no way. And then that's when I don't remember what I ate. I think it was a pickle, and I was like, oh, nah. This
You're
has
like, I
no
can't
flavor.
taste it.
Oh yeah,
It
that
was
too.
COVID.
Missing the flavor. It was.
It
that
also
was
blistered on my throat.
Oh no.
So I couldn't eat anything, like anything. I could only drink water. Yeah, apenas eso, couldn't talk. It was awful.
That's crazy.
Do you guys want to talk about the rest of our years there?
I guess,
yeah. Rest of our years.
Our I want to say, well, I don't even know, sophomore, junior year, I don't know.
Our second year at
because it
college.
was, we did it in 3 years. Both of us, we finished in 3 years, so whatever that is. Our second year was, well, for me, it was way better. It was still a little rough, but my freshman year did not work. First mistake. First of all, I could have distracted myself. So my second year I had 2 jobs, so that really helped me distract my mind and not be in my head so much. And I worked with camp, so that really helped me network more and be out more and attend more events. And then we had our own apartment, so that was so much fun.
nice.
It was so much
Yes.
fun. We did
Some of our best
we did so
memories.
much stuff.
I'm so
of our
jealous.
best
I'm literally so
memories.
jealous because Gonzaga makes you stay 2 years on campus, and they don't. It's just 1 year.
Just your freshman year, yeah.
No. I was so jealous.
So my second and third year was. I still I feel like we experience imposter syndrome every year that we were there because it was the same.
Yeah.
We were the minority there,
Mm-hmm.
and navigating through college is just so hard. No matter if it's your freshman year or your sophomore year, it's so hard just to ask for help. And one thing, ask for help.
Yes.
Please do.
Ask for help. You will get the
Yes.
help, and it's don't be shy to ask for help because that's there's resources for you for a reason. Take advantage of it.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you guys something. Some of the students that are in college, that are not first generation students that have had other family members go to college before them, even if it's just an older sibling, they have so many more ins than you think there's even possible. Like, so don't be afraid to ask, because there's probably something to help you. Like, I'm sure that, I mean, I'm gonna out us a little bit, but when I couldn't afford, or we couldn't afford to pay off our first quarter or second quarter or something like that, we reached out to camp, and some way or another, like, we were able to get our
Something
camp checks
dropped.
early.
That
Yeah.
or something dropped. Yeah.
Or something dropped. Like, we were, I don't even know like how or like why, but I mean, shout out to the admin that helped us, you know. I think she talked to the president.
Probably.
I don't know.
Shout out Brooke.
Shout out Brooke.
I'ma have to
because of
interview
her,
her.
we were able to register again.
That'd be so nice if we could interview them. And I know they're down. I know they're
I
down.
keep telling her we need to go.
We need to go to Eastern, yeah.
I know they're down. I know they're down to be
So
interviewed.
don't think that there's not resources out there for you.
Yeah,
Because there definitely
Take advantage
is.
of the resources. If there's one thing I wish I would have done more, was to take advantage of our resources,
Yeah.
because there's so much out there. You just have to ask. You have to network. You have to put in the work too.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I would say like my sophomore and junior/senior year, like second or third year, was a lot better for me. I would say I enjoyed my second and third year of college. I had a lot of fun because we had an apartment. We were able to get groceries since we had a stove.
Oh my god.
We were able
yeah.
to cook now. So that was really nice.
Low key, she would cook some biscuits and chicken gravy. And
Nah,
God.
I missed that.
we would cook some biscuits
Yeah,
and
those
gravy.
biscuits, the time she burnt them.
They would always
Se le
burn at
quema-
the
yeah,
bottom.
se le
I
quemaban.
don't know why.
But honestly, if I ever miss something Hispanic, sorry, this is so like weird, but if I ever miss something Hispanic, I would want to hang out with these two, because I would get and someone was making tortillas or like, ¿quieres quesadilla? ¿Quieres
Do you
esto?
guys remember? You already knew about De Leons when
Yeah.
we
Oh,
discovered
yeah.
it. Oh,
my
my
God.
Yeah,
god!
when I took him to the Leons and we bought hella pan, like we've
We
never
bought
had
hella
it.
pan
We
dulce,
bought
yeah.
hella candy, like we've
Guys.
never had it.
There's not really a lot of Mexican.
There isn't any. There's
Or
no
Hispanic, I don't wanna say
carnicerias,
Hispanic.
no panaderias. I remember one time after I got off my shift at Amazon, it was like an okay day for me. It was 5 a.m, you know, whatever, 10-hour shift. I was like, I want a concha so bad.
Yeah.
And I drove to Spokane and I put like bakeries near me. And aquí está La Vieras. Like
Mhm.
before it used to be Vinny's, there's hella bakeries.
Mhm.
Y allá no había nada. And I went to
Nah.
the Leons y ya no tenían pan.
Oh,
And I was like,
heartbroken.
I think I cried on the way home.
I've been broke so many
She's
times.
like, quería una
I
concha.
don't know what to
But
believe.
second and third year were great for me. I started working somewhere else. I worked at Buckle. That's where I made some of my besties forever. Shout out Katie. Shout out Aiden.
Shout out Katie.
Shout out Katie. She be
Katie.
watching
Shout
our
out
live sometimes.
Katie.
She is such a smart cookie, guys, and honestly, she is amazing. Love her. But
She
I
always
still
be gifting.
she do always be
She
gifting.
ain't
Hey, she's
stingy.
the
She
smartest
ain't
cookie I know.
She ain't
She's smart.
stingy.
But I still hang out with them every like once in a blue moon because now we live in different towns. But I started hanging out with them. We started actually going out, and like I finally got a little taste of like the college scene. So I feel like that really, honestly, that really helped me out. Even if Buckle was like difficult and I was tired and my feet hurt, I at least got more interaction than like work in my dorm room.
Yeah, so maybe get a job.
Yeah.
It really helps you.
It
Like,
does.
I worked with camp and I was a mentor, so I really made some friends there, and then I worked IT and
You made some friends there too.
shout out Nima. I miss her so much.
Oh my god, I have her on Instagram.
know.
She's so cute. I'm like.
But yeah, so there's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel. So
There is. Don't worry, chat. It gets better.
Yes. Well, I went to school for the 4 years. And how I said the second year I still had to be in campus, so I was in a suite style. Because the second year you don't do dorms, you do like suites or apartments. So it was between me and 3 other girls. We got really lucky. We got a pretty nice suite with a.
I was
really
gonna
big
say your
bathroom.
second one was
It was
nice.
better
nice,
than the
girl.
first. It was
Yeah.
really nice.
It was so nice. So yeah, things got a little better. I did get in a relationship. We're just gonna fly over that one. Just kidding. Yeah, I got in a relationship. That definitely helped me up a lot. And then I
Can I just say the way she told us was so.
Guys, the way she told us, it was crazy.
just remembered. I just remembered. Oh my god, I'm so
She sent us a picture.
a
and that
fake
was
one.
it.
A
Yeah.
fake one. Well, that's a different podcast though.
That'll be a different
That
podcast.
is
It's a
one-
good. It's
That's
such a
one
good story.
different. It's such an amazing story. I'm just kidding.
I
But
didn't
it-
even like mention. I went to college and I had a boyfriend. Sorry, I forgot.
Like, I forgot to add.
I forgot to add that I was in a relationship when I went to college.
So yeah, things, whatever, and oh, that's a different podcast. But that obviously helped me. And then I had been working since I was very young, so I did miss that part of me, like being active at work or whatever, getting to know someone
flea
else.
market?
El guarachazo, watch out.
Sorry, I can't keep interrupting.
No, you're good. What was I gonna say? So yeah, I kind of missed that. So that summer of my freshman year, I got an internship with Walmart. And then I was able to stick around, I guess, and do their what is it called? Their digital, which is like any like type of orders you guys order through like Walmart Plus or whatever. And so I did that. It was not fun at all. I had to work from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays. So I had zero opportunity to go out or whatever. And then that was my sophomore year, which was pretty tough. Because again, it was kind of like trying to know if I really wanted to be an accountant or if I wanted a different major, and then just being in classes where people like went to private school, so they were used to the private school I guess like structure and stuff. Like I had to go to tutors. I had never had to do that, and so that was also kind of like I was a little disappointed in myself, which there's nothing wrong with going to a tutor. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's nothing wrong with that. But I myself was just very tough and hard on myself because I was like, you've never needed a tutor. Why do you need a tutor now? And, I wasn't getting the same grades I would get in high school. Like high school, I was, pretty top of my class. Like I got a bunch of chords and like my biliteracy CO and stuff. And Gonzaga was in that. And I think that was the hardest thing I needed to learn, that, I'm competing against students that have gone to private school since they were in kinder. And I didn't have that opportunity. My parents were not gonna be able to afford a private school, so that was really hard competing with that. Fortunately, Gonzaga isn't on a curve, so whatever you got as a grade, that was your grade. But yeah, that was very, very difficult. I joined rugby. I injured my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about rugby.
Yes, I did rugby, and honestly, how I said, this is probably a story for like another podcast because it's so long, but they helped me so much. Shout out Utah. She's also a lawyer, and she helped me so much to just embrace my culture and just embrace who I am. And honestly, without her, I probably would have not survived. And I got to learn so much about myself with her, and just a lot of one-on-one. An amazing coach, Utah Fitz. It was amazing. I love rugby. I unfortunately got injured, but she still wanted me in the team, so I was a what's it called,
Bench warmer.
Water girl?
no, what's it called, a
TA?
manager?
No,
What is it? A
manager.
manager? Yeah, I was a manager for a while, but then my junior year I had to work. I worked at Enterprise and Walmart, so shout out Enterprise. And then that's when I finally got to live by myself in a crappy ass house. I got to live in a real college house. And it was horrible. That house was, I don't care.
It was a little creepy.
I really don't care if the girls are watching this. It was just a horrible house and situation, and it was just all across the board.
We had
hated.
some fun moments though.
We did have some fun moments there.
In my first house?
Yeah. You took us.
No, you guys went to Anna's house.
No, we
The
went to
first
your
year.
first house.
The one where my
ghetto
door
one.
was half?
Oh, no, she
no.
would.
You guys
She
would-
would spend all of her time with Anna, so we went to
Yes.
Anna's.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
I don't even think we saw yours.
Yes, no, exactly.
I don't even
That's
think
how
this is-
embarrassed. No, yes, you guys did go, cause this house was so bad that they tried to move in literally like the first week I was in, that I had to go live with both of these during the summer,
Yeah.
because remember I had to live in a hotel because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
They painted shut the windows, so like it was super hot in the house, no AC. It was just horrible, and that just really tested me as it was. And then I had to be on like a heart monitor for like the first week or second week of school because they thought I had a heart.
Remember?
Yes, yeah. So I had to go through that. So junior year was okay, I guess. I got to able to I was doing better in classes. But one of the things that really took over was I lost one of she wasn't my babysitter. She's pretty much my aunt, but I was pretty much raised by her. Like she really took care of me, and I lost her my junior year, so that really took a toll on me. But you know how I said sometimes you gotta take those things and just push yourself to keep growing. And then my senior year was a whole different thing. It was full of emotions of graduating. I had seen them graduate my junior year, so I was like, damn, I can't wait for my turn. And yeah, like honestly, my senior year was the best. It was super fun. I was able to kind of take a little slower route of school, but I was working 30 plus hours a week. So my grades weren't the best my last year, but I honestly it was at a point where I was like, you know what, God, I want a break. I want a break from taking life so seriously, and I think this is my last opportunity to do that, and that's what I did. I ended up still pretty good. So yeah, and then I graduated, and then yeah, so I guess ultimately, how I said, if it wasn't for these two, I don't know if I would have survived Gonzaga, just because I really needed something from home.
I agree.
Like I really needed something from home. I needed someone. There was Hispanics at Gonzaga. We were 7%, but none of them were first gen, and none of them I could talk Spanish to. So it was like, I love that they were trying to be there for me, but it didn't feel the same, and I didn't feel like I was like part of them. And I think the biggest thing, and I want to ask you guys the same question. The biggest thing I learned from myself going to college and going to Gonzaga is that at first I wanted to be like them. I wanted to change myself. I remember I hated myself for the way I spoke English at the beginning, because I was like, damn, like they're saying some high vocabulary words. They're saying this, and like half of the time, I remember I had to like, it's not sad, but I would like, they would say something, and I'd just be like, agree, and then moments later, I would go on my notes and write down the word and then Google it so I would define the word. Because I was like,
what do they
I don't
say?
know what they're saying. And I remember I confessed it to my friend one time, and she was like, that's 100% fine. She was like, if anything, I admire that you know 2 languages. And that made me feel so much better. So shout out Lola. I appreciate you for that. But no, that was shout out Lola. No, I honestly, how I said, I got put in the path of amazing people, but the number one thing I learned about myself is never change who you are, and never change, how God created you. And that, I'm not talking about other stuff. I'm talking about, it can be Hispanic. If, God made me Hispanic for a reason, and we're part of that 20% now with the bachelor's degree. And that was the biggest thing that I learned. I needed to stop wanting to feel included, and if we're meant to stand out, then we're meant to stand out, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
I would say that for me, I don't know, I did experience a lot of imposter syndrome, but as far as like not fitting in like in college, I don't know. I think that the high school that I went to was pretty like,
Oh,
I didn't go to, I guess I didn't have like the same experience like growing up in kindergarten. There was like no ESL where I am from because it was
No
sunny
Cassies.
side. There was there's
just
just no
kidding.
ESL classes. Like I went to kindergarten not knowing a lick of English, but the TA was like a Latina and she would help me out, but I caught into English pretty quick. I never had to do any testing because I didn't have a choice. Like all of my friends were
Yeah.
white because it was a rural town and there just wasn't those programs and that funding available. And then I went to middle school, and then I remember it was actually a culture shock for me going to Stevens because at Sunnyside in the rural ghetto, it was like all farmers' kids.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I went to Stevens and I was like, oh, this is really nice. Like, because I would never express myself
She's
younger.
like, ¿hablan
Like,
español?
yeah, like I would never speak Spanish at school.
Keep
ever.
in mind, Stevens, we couldn't drink the water from Stevens our last year because it had
I
like
forgot about
lead
that.
or something. Remember?
Yeah.
Sorry, Stevens.
Now
was
it's all new
I
refill
know.
and everything.
Every
It's
time
so
I try to
nice.
tell my friends like I went to Stevens, they're like, that's a nice.
They don't
ass
even
school."
I know
sit
it
on
was.
the
No,
same
buddy.
ground.
Like we had only what is it called? Like the outside, like what are they called? Because we had like only 3 classrooms or 3 aisles of classrooms, and
Oh
then
my God.
everything else was
Portables.
Portables.
I forgot about those.
It was literally just portables.
But when I went to Stevens, that was like my first time actually feeling comfortable speaking Spanish and talking about the things that I grew up with, because the other school that I came from, I wasn't able to do that. So I guess that didn't really affect me when I got to college because I had already gone to that. And then the high school that I went to, it was pretty much the same as what I originally got. So it was like, like in that sense, I don't think that it changed me because I already like had dealt with plenty of white people.
You don't gotta whisper it. White.
Yeah. So I guess in that
Weeks.
sense.
No, yes.
What was the question?
Like, what's your biggest? I guess the biggest thing you learned from them,
What
and
I
that could be
learned.
yeah. What? But
I think what I learned would be not to be scared
Mhm.
to pursue higher education.
Yeah.
Because I feel like so many people are scared even because you don't the application enough is already hard.
Mhm.
So I would say don't be scared to pursue higher education because I want to keep going.
yep, we
We
all
wanna keep
do.
going.
Yeah.
I also would say not to be afraid of debt. I know that debt is
Oh my
scary
God, yeah.
and that the non-college goers really hate on it and they're like, well, you're
Now
in
you're in debt.
college and now you're in
Yeah.
debt and now you have $20,000 in debt. Honestly, if I could go back to freshman year and not work and take out more loans, I would.
Oh my God.
So that I
yes.
could appreciate my
But
college experience more. I would have taken out more loans to not have to work.
Yeah.
Now that I'm paying them back, the payment isn't even that bad, honestly. I'm okay with
Your
paying
car
for the
payment's
next 10
worse.
years.
Yes, it is.
So
Yes,
I
it is.
don't I really
No offense, not like that.
No,
But
it
I
is
mean-
though. It is,
I mean,
and
like-
it's so true. And sorry to cut you off, but it's so true. Like sometimes I would be so scared of
Debt.
taking out loans that I was like, I'm not gonna take out loans. I'd rather work my butt off, and like I would just think like, and again, this goes back to me just being the way I am. I get worried about money really, really easily. Just
Mhm.
pass, and I would remember that I would never think about taking out a loan. That I'd rather just think about all the extra hours I could put at work
Mhm.
and that money straight to like pay my loans or whatever, because I was like,
It's
why?
kind of engraved
Yeah.
engraved in our brains.
Which
you
is
know what I mean?
not, please don't think this way, like please, like if I can tell you something o te puedo dar un consejo, please, el trabajo va a estar mañana, and I learned this from a good person to my left. El trabajo va a estar mañana, el trabajo va a estar cualquier día, pero
Mhm.
no, tus padres nunca no van a estar ahí siempre, tus amigos no van a estar ahí siempre, la tarea siempre va a estar, no te creas, no, it's just
La
things-
hazla, tampoco.
la tarea hazla bien, but like, it's just like things like that. Like you're never gonna have the opportunity to go to college at the age of 19 or 20 or whatever it is.
Yeah, because college is like it's a circle, and once you're out of that
Yes.
circle, it's kind of like damn.
Like
It's over,
please,
yeah.
like you, like everyone, the work will always be
Yeah.
there, always. But experiences, your people, your family, your friends, you don't know how long they're gonna be there. So don't always put your job first. And again, it's something that I need to work on. That
Same.
sometimes I'm like, damn, I'd rather be at work, and it's not even like that. It's just that I get so worried about
Money.
debt, money, that I'm like, I don't think about the bigger picture. And sometimes I'd rather, I can assure you that and even if you're an adult, I can assure you your kids would rather not have to eat out that weekend and spend a day with you than you be at work.
Yeah.
100%. So like always, and I hope that this helps out any person out there. Like that's my number one. El consejo que te puedo dar hoy, take that one, please. Like 100%.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah, if I could go back, I really would. I
No,
would just take out more
100%.
loans and stop.
Take
Like,
out
not
more
work.
loans.
Just take it out.
Be
Just
smart
take it.
though. Be smart.
Be
Don't-
Yeah, to be smart.
Don't be like $100,000 in loans. But
No.
I'm sure that if I would have taken out like a $10,000-$15,000 loan, I would have not had to work.
Yeah.
Because in reality, what I would take home was not even that much.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, same. It's just things, and you live and you learn, and that's what we're here for. We're here to, how I said, I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting how to say this in English, pero es para dar consejos, para que ustedes escuchen nuestras experiencias y de ahí ustedes también aprendan. Y how we said, we're not influencers like that. If you guys have any questions, if you guys want us to go to any college and try to talk to like a counselor or whatever, we can try to do that too. Like we're here to be a resource that we didn't have, that we wish we had. So yeah, just comment down below, ask any questions.
Yeah.
Don't let imposter syndrome get the best of you. And if you need any type of help or resource, please, reach out.
And use your resources.
Yes,
Listen.
use any resource.
don't put all your trust in the college advisors either. Look for a group that's going to advocate for you. For us, that was camp and the admin at camp. When I went to my college advisor, he didn't even know what classes I needed to take. I talked to him maybe twice, and then I ghosted him because I was like, you know what? I can figure this out. I am unfortunately going to have to be my own advocate, but shout out camp.
Yeah.
And Brooke and Rocio, they helped me figure out a plan that worked for me. Not what worked for the counselor and the teachers. It was something that worked for me.
Exactly.
So find a group. Find somebody.
I can vouch. I met him one day. That's all it took.
I know.
That's literally all it took. That'd be so nice. Honestly, if you guys want us to go interview them if they have time. Obviously, they're very busy. Comment down below. Would be so try to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Wait.
Tuning in.
Phrase
You're
of
so
the day.
right. Phrase of the day.
So again, we want to make sure that the phrase kind of goes along with our topic. So today being imposter syndrome, la frase de hoy es el sol sale para todos. And never, never, ever forget that. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, your race. The sun will always shine for everyone. So yes, that is the translated version.
Phrase of the day.
Phrase of the day. But yes, now you can go ahead.
Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. If you guys have any video ideas, any comments, concerns, questions, comment down below. Remember to follow us on TikTok,
Yes.
Instagram,
and
YouTube, subscribe.
Like our video,
close to
share our
1,000.
video with anybody that you know that is applying for college. Send them this video.
Yeah.
Maybe this will answer some questions for them, or if not, and they have questions for us, maybe they'll ask them.
Yes. Yes. Don't forget. God bless y'all. And always, always trust yourself. And if you have any questions, like I said, don't be afraid to reach out. We're here for all of you guys, all los chancludos and chancludas,
Hijos, hijas.
hijos and hijas.
Bye.
Bye.